such an asshole.
Unshaven and disheveled Cappy. Haven't even showered today. Back in the Northern Command, and it feels a lot better. The Southern Command has an echoey thing. And when I finally get all this stupid shit done. In the olden days, let me tell you about the olden days. Not only could you watch a movie, there wasn't politics involved, but usually when you had to like set up an account, you'd call once and it would be taken care of. Now there are 3 different problems that, we need to have your credit report freeze lifted. Oh, we need this. Oh, we need that. It's like, holy shit, how does anything get? And so now it takes 3 times as long to do basic fucking life shit. And those are the 80s boys and girls. And there were boys and girls in the 80s, and girls looked like girls. They would sometimes even wear dresses and have long hair and normal hair colors, and they didn't pierce their tits. Tell us more about the wonderment of the 80s, Uncle Cappy. All right, we got a question. If you have a question, you can go to assholeconsulting.com. You will notice at the top of the title, it says SC Super Chat, $10 minimum. That means I will not answer Super Chats below 10 because I got to get through these requests so I can go do consultations today so I can do more fucking work because that's what I want to do. Would like your opinion on the efficacy of neighborhood watch programs. I live in Alameda, California. The city used to be an anomaly for me Navy town that for most of my life has resisted the liberalism of nearby Oakland and San Francisco. But now lefties have taken over the city council, reducing the number of police. We are seeing a rise in crime, particularly in the last couple of months. There have been 3 home invasions very close to my own residence, in addition to countless auto, catalytic converter, and other thefts. The thefts are nothing new. The home burglaries, however, have been extremely rare occurrences until now. Because of this spike in crime, my HOA is organizing a neighborhood watch program. Ooh, that'll work. Given your background in security and friends in law enforcement, do these programs work to lessen crime? Well, yeah, they work to lessen crime. Whether they're successful in that endeavor, the answer is no, which we'll get to later. Or are they simply a tool to make us citizens feel as if we're doing something proactive? Well, you are doing something proactive. But putting up those little signs and stickers is not going to do anything. I don't even know. Like if I was a cop, if I was a robber or burglar, I wouldn't even pay attention because they're so ubiquitous. It's like a speed limit sign. Like that doesn't do that. And what's a neighborhood watch? Does anyone go on patrol? Do you have fences up? Do you have walls up? Like in Nevada, they do that. They put walls up in developments. No, and here's what's happening. And this is happening all across the United States. Your average person is becoming more and more inferior. They're becoming lower quality. And that doesn't mean everyone turns into a thief or a burglar or a criminal, but that does mean the percentage of the population that is criminal does increase. And it's also a lowering of lowering quality of people is a lowering of vigilance, right? You can see this perfectly in San Francisco. A friend of mine lives in a nice part of San Francisco. I guess a nice apartment building. Are there such things in San Francisco? Apparently. And I don't know how nice this building or apartment can be because they had a problem with bums shitting on the streets in front of the apartment on the sidewalk. And some people have become such low quality people, but not criminals, that this one particular girl's like, well, just be happy that you have housing. It's like, lady, you have spent an ungodly amount of money per month on this apartment, and there is someone shitting in your streets. Like the quality went down. She's now so stupid. She's perfectly acceptable with mentally ill people shitting in front of her apartment building. She pays whatever, $4,000 a month for it. So how vigilant and proactive, but you are going to be proactive. The act itself is the definition of proactive, of setting up a neighborhood watch program. But is there going to be patrols? Are people going to be looking? Are you going to increase your security, like with security cameras? So there are measures you can take. And so what I'm going, in my experience, I really didn't deal with HOAs or security. I know we dealt with security, but it was the business of security, not a neighborhood watch program. Okay, how many cameras you got? All right, how many patrols? How are you going to dress? Are you going to dress corporate so it's sneaky? Oh, he's just another corporate worker with his suit on while packing heat. Or, hey, we want you in your swamp pants, your black, windbreaker, your cap, and we want an AR-15 slung around your back. Well, that's a visual deterrent. Like, you're not actually going to get into a gunfight with an AR-15 because then you go to jail. Almost guarantee you're going to jail. There would have to be a huge reason. Yeah, but it's a visual presence. Something you get a security car. If it just says security, it's got the little lights on, even if they're yellow lights. Okay, you park that in front, that's the type of security we were doing. All right, that's going to be a different type of security than what an HOA will do, but still some of the same things, I guess. Lights. Are you putting up barricades, a gated community? What are you doing? But it doesn't change the fact that the environment you're in is worsening. Okay, you voted in a city council of liberal leftists. They lowered the amount of cops. Right? You are in a city, an environment, a culture of stupid people. I don't call them stupid because I disagree with them or they're liberal. I'm calling them stupid because they are stupid. Right? I would also claim they're mentally ill on a certain level. Not like you can find them in the DSM-V5. But these leftists, like they so are addicted to their ideology, especially politicians who would be elected to city council, that they will destroy the planet before they have to admit, well, maybe we need a police presence, or maybe there are such things as bad people. We need to punish them. And so, yeah, man, I would just get out. But I got my job in California. I know. A lot of you are anchored to California. But and then cops, I never talked to any cops about it. But just we don't have an opinion from any cops. I should have asked. I was hanging out with my cop buddy the other day. I could have asked him. But I'll tell you this: it depends on what that HOA does that will determine the efficacy of it. Like, lighting. You got lights on, movement activated lights. Barriers. Like, you don't think like anyone could get through that fence. It's like, yeah, anyone could get through that fence. It's not a big fence, but it's a tall enough chain link fence that a burglar who's running out the back now has to go over that fence, as opposed to someone who doesn't have a fence at all. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of a wimpy looking fence. Well, it's an obstacle. The criminal who's smart is going to go to the house that doesn't have a fence. You got to get out of California. And here's another thing. The people in that HOA, the people in that city, they voted that in. They deserve it. So then I went and I did a little bit of research, and I found the authoritative study here. Let me pull it up. Let me go. This is from okay, so this is a study done. Crime prevention. Does Neighborhood Watch reduce crime? Cops, community-oriented policing services, U.S. Department of Justice. Okay, so it's the U.S. Department of Justice. This gets about as authoritative as it does. Conclusions. The results of previous systematic reviews of Neighborhood Watch are divided according to conclusions drawn. Titus, 1984, concluded that the Neighborhood Watch was effective, but noted that the research methods were weak. Hussein, 1990, concluded that there was little evidence that Neighborhood Watch worked based on 4 studies meeting their selection criteria. Sherman and Eck in 2002 concluded that Neighborhood Watch was ineffective in reducing crime. The strongest finding in this review relates to the mean effect size estimate produced by the meta-analysis. This indicated that across all eligible studies combined, Neighborhood Watch was associated with a reduction in crime. It is not immediately clear why Neighborhood Watch is associated with a reduction in crime. However, it is possible that the reductions were associated with some of the essential features of Neighborhood Watch programs as discussed earlier. So did you just put up a bunch of stickers? Or what did you do to prevent crime? It's like the Scorpions. They had to fight in not South Dakota, in Nevada. I just put signs. This is a scorpion-free zone. Oh my God, there's no decrease in scorpions. Oh, but what did I do? Okay, I removed all the brush and weeds that kills or eliminates the environment for the food that scorpions feast on to go away. And then I laid down boric acid around the house as a barrier, and I caulked up all little holes in the house so that the scorpions can't get in. And I caulked up all the holes on the walls, and because Vegas has got walls, so they can't get in. They got to come up. They got to go up. Right? And then I put a lot of boric acid around the tree where I found most of them. And I went out every night and with the black light and I killed scorpions. And then what? Then I put scorpion spray, making Syria look like a rookie when it comes to chemical weapons. And you know what happened? Scorpions went away. So if you're concerned, like if you're stuck there and that's your house, so you own it, it's HOA, you own it, I would go and, maybe you get the HOA to bring a security specialist in. Like, what can we do? And it'll be things like lights, motion detectors. What else? You can get these little timers that you plug into your wall on your outlet, and then you plug your light into them. And if you hit it allows you to set random times for the lights to go on and off, so it looks like someone's home. I mean, all these things you can do individually as a neighborhood watch program. What you could do as an individual, you don't have to wait for the HOA or the neighborhood watch program to do that. That's probably going to be your best bet. However, it's possible the reductions essential features number one. Neighborhood watch might serve to increase surveillance, reduce opportunities, and enhance informal social control. Unfortunately, this kind of information is not provided in the majority of evaluations, and the precise reasons for the reduction cannot be determined. So there you go. It works a little bit, but not really. And it depends on what you do. I went to the gym. Did you lift any weights? Nah, I was on the treadmill for a little bit. Well, all right. Let's see what we got in there we go. Boom. That's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.